the hell is that?
Hey.
Hey.
Hold on. I guess I need to put my, yeah, hearing you might be a good thing. How are you?
Can you hear me or?
Yeah, I can. I just had to put on my headset. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, I was trying to get, the laptop was crashing when I tried to get in Google. Plug-in they wanted me to install on my iMac because I've never used it on the iMac before, and then it was crashing. I'm like, oh my God.
I like the Hangouts because you can record, stream instantly to YouTube, and that's kind of nice. That's the only reason I like it.
Yeah. Very cool.
Okay.
How have you been since the last time?
I've been fine or great or, normal. Like my depression stuff went away, so that was good.
That's really good. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't normally happen to me either, but so I have some just basically energy reading questions.
Can I just start by telling you that your color looks different?
Does it?
Yeah. There's a secondary layer of gold that's coming from here all the way up and going to the other side. I haven't seen that in you before. That's brand new.
Well,
so that's good.
I called him Archangel Michael. I don't know if that's Michael.
It could be because it's on one side, but and it kind of fades as it goes over to the left side. But either way, when gold comes into the secondary, it means you are connecting to the divine. You're connecting to the crown very good, very well, rather.
Well, as you said before, our teachers have been putting a whole bunch of new schooling, new energy, new Merkaba, just on and on with them. So
that's really, really good because you look different. That aura looks very clear today.
Great.
There's a couple layers going on. This is really, really interesting.
Okay. I guess what I wanted to ask about is this girl named Alina Swain contacted me last night. She really wants to be a roommate or just get a place because I guess she's close to homeless. So I was wondering if she was a matchup to what I wanted to create with a roommate or not.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a picture anywhere on your phone or on your computer? Okay.
I haven't seen her.
Okay. How is her name spelled?
Aleena.
In a sense, she is, but it's not without its challenges. What your guides are saying with that is that she's got a lot of catalytic stuff going on. So she can be overtly and immensely emotional. And it can be really, really wonderful to have her around and to connect to on all levels. So in that way, she can connect to you, in many ways, not just friendship-wise or roommate-wise. She can connect to you in many ways. So that would be fun, and less lonely, So that's good in that sense. But she's got some sort of catalytic stuff going on where she has a hard time being around men. She needs to heal. And your peaceful presence will catalyze that for her, but not always in good ways because she doesn't trust guys.
Okay.
So she's on the deeper level. That's hard for her, but beautiful transition. Beautiful thing she's going through, and her being around you could help her get in this place where she begins to understand that some people are exactly as they are on the surface, that there's no um, deeper level of something that you're not sharing that she can't trust. That whatever you're saying in your words connects to who you are and your emotions and your personality and your intent, and your spiritual presence. That level of peace that you're offering her is truly who you are, not just who you're projecting to be. She's used to being around guys who offer in projections. That's difficult. So in one sense, I feel like what your higher self is telling me that you're trying to manifest, like what you think you're trying to manifest, is different than what your inner child is saying he wants to manifest. So there's like these levels of you, and you'll be manifesting exactly the type of person to bring you into your divine self, but she's not going to be easy to be around because she's like got some catalytic emotions and emotional traumas and things of that nature. Yeah, and you seem to be seeking peace. Like at the higher level, what your soul wants a peaceful roommate situation that can maybe blossom into something fun and engaging, like physically, sexually, emotionally, friendship, everything. And it can do all that, but the peace level of it, nah. That part, your higher self is a little off with that because your inner child still needs something to catalyze you out of your shell so that you can feel also trusting of letting someone in your heart and that they won't stomp it out. You still have some like subconscious fears going on there that you're manifesting from. In other words, she's going to catalyze that part of you.
So it's not an ease, though. I mean, that's what I hear, I guess.
Yeah, it's not easy. Is it worth it spiritually in your expansion and where you're going? Yeah. And would she be a lot of fun? Yeah. But would she be drama? Yeah. Just me putting it simple.
Okay. I had another one. Just it's like a husband and a fiance. They're probably not a fit, but I have the guy's name,
What's his name?
Mitchell Kendrick.
So not a fit, like so far from it that your guys are saying don't even consider.
Okay.
Like it doesn't logically look good, it doesn't spiritually look good, and emotionally it's like one of them is way super open and laughing, and that's her, by the way, positive and sweet, and she would probably develop an attraction with you because the relationship with him is bad, and he's like quiet and not so fun and got like some levels of darkness that you probably don't want to be around, an entity involvement that you probably don't want to be around. It just could end up being a massive drama.
Yeah, that's the world. Okay. Do they have an idea when the right person might come along?
Your guy said it right. Right. Alina's right for what you want to accomplish is that it happens via catalysm. But if you mean, they say if you mean a more peaceful person will come along, it'll be within the month. It's like as you head into the spring, April.
April. Okay.
Yeah.
That is tomorrow's April, but okay.
Yeah, within a month, they said.
Month.
So you're like right there on manifesting that.
Nice. I was also going to work on getting a new car. Do you have a timetable for that one too?
June or 6 weeks. I got the number 615.
I'll actually pull up the list.
Yay! I like this.
Oh, I've had a cold for like 2-3 months, and it only starts when I wake up. It's like I heal it every day, and then
It's there again.
yes. You have any ideas about that?
2 months. That's pretty much congruent with, I think I met you a few months ago. That's right when you really got deep into some of your healing. You're purging. You're going through what your guides are calling the Great Purge.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there might be a Carolyn Mace video about that somewhere if you want to look that up, about what the Great Purge is.
Well, I mean, my cold goes back years and years. It's not. I mean, it was away, but it just it's been coming. That's how I know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great purge, and you're going through something major spiritually. You're definitely working. The throat chakra is much more clear. Receptivity is much more clear. Heart chakra is opening. So I don't think that you're used to what's going on with this level of expression. You're in the way that you operate in emotions are pretty much unlike most people that I meet. Very unlike most people that I meet, because you don't. Your primary colors are so close to your body that you process emotions in here, but you don't put them out here. Like, you don't verbally express them as much as most people. So I feel like that cold that's been going on for a while represents the part of you that isn't quite comfortable being extraneous about your connections with humanity. Like, that part of you is trying to come out, trying to evolve, so that you can understand receptivity.
All right. I wanted to try one of those healings that we talked about last time. It's like I kind of want to do it at the end of the call, but can you just kind of tell me when is a good time to start? Or
Which one?
I want to go after the hard one, the emotional one. Just because, it's true I don't like to express emotions, but that's the one I don't even have a provider for, as you were saying last time. So, yeah, I wanted to at least dab my hand in there and get a little information, energy, or just to sample a try, that kind of thing. So,
Okay. The aura alchemy is what you're interested in?
I think that's what we talked about last time. Yeah, it's like the one you said we should try would be the best, but would also trigger me is the way to say it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they sometimes take a little while. So how many more questions do you have left? Because we can, if you have a lot of questions, we can either shorten them and then, do the aura alchemy after that, or we can just do the questions and do the aura alchemy in your next session, or cut the questions and do the aura alchemy now. It's up to you.
I just figured if you tell me if you know when it's time, then that works for me. I'll go with that.
Okay.
So yeah, now I have a technical question. Not that I need you to technically answer it. I got my computer is got a little craziness going on, and there's something either wrong with the hardware or the software. And so if you could tell me which and you're right, you save me a whole bunch of headache trying to
hardware.
Hardware.
Unfortunately, it's hardware.
All right, well that really helps.
Good.
I'm gonna spend a bunch of time troubleshooting software.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have another car question. I'm selling one of my cars. You got a timetable for that one too?
What color is it?
It's red.
Okay. That's gonna take a little bit longer. Could be August or 8 weeks. So if 8 weeks passes, it's August.
All right. Can you explain to me a little bit, what you know or what my guides know about a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court?
Meaning, is there one? That's actually a fractal of you. That's a version of you. That fractal of you was born in Glastonbury. That's what he's saying.
Well, I guess my real question is, am I creating that story? Did I put that story into effect from my life? Is that?
You did. And a lot of the details come from your life, but you actually have a version of you that was born in that era, for lack of a better term, being that time isn't really congruent with full truth. You have a fractal of you that is like that knew King Arthur very well. So you are, in a sense, making a little more fictional and modern, but and applying some of your own stuff to it. But that fractal of you truly does exist and is occurring simultaneously in that time zone and in that era.
Well, again, it comes back to creation. I mean, am I creating the energy of that story? Did I hold back humanity to keep them backwards? Am I the Connecticut Yankee? That's what
You didn't hold back anyone or keep anyone backwards,
okay.
but you are that being. But you didn't, your concept of what you did is, the concept is not real truth, capital T. You didn't hold anything back.
Okay, well, just something I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, no, you didn't hold anything back.
Hmm. Here's a good question for me anyway. I got myself temporarily kicked off the selling site, Amazon, so it's kind of like another computer question, but not. But will that matter be resolved, or would I just be okay to create a new account and things would be fine, that kind of thing?
Your guys are saying they are slow to resolve it, but if you create another account, that would be a quicker resolution.
Okay. And can I create it, here out of Kansas and just be normal about it, or do I have to hide and all that kind of stuff?
They're saying you have to hide your, you're going to give me a computer term, ISP.
Yeah, it's IP address, I think, but yeah.
Okay. That.
Okay. ISP is a good term too.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that means, but they said you would know.
Yeah. My sister Tina. It came up recently that maybe we go to vacation on Hawaii, and couldn't get my mom to go, couldn't get anybody to go except Tina wants to go. So
you guys are laughing.
yeah,
You're like, that's like the one person that maybe you won't do so well on a vacation with.
that's correct. That's what I was wondering, if there was something that could be fixed there, or is it just?
Your guides are saying it's you're aligning towards these situations to catalyze and trigger yourself for your ultimate spiritual expansion, and that it actually can be fixed. But they're saying, as you are aware, just to confirm, she is immensely different than you. So different that it's going to cause your extreme discomfort at first. And it's going to cause so much extreme discomfort that you're going to be led to vocalize and express, which is going to cause for a purpose of feeling empowered. And remember what they were saying about getting your emotional expression more out here. That happens, and then she understands you, and then you would get on the same page, and then it can be something that can be resolved and also catalyze you into a very good healing. They're saying do it anyway. Easier than us, right? If I was in that position, I'd tell them no.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
It is.
So, but they are saying that the problem between me and my sister is me. That's what they're saying.
No, they're saying that you're so immensely different that essentially speaking, you're the way that you both are verbally expressed that she can be judging, and they're putting it nicely, and that she can be so expressive that it can feel intrusive, and that you are just so immensely the opposite and calm and peaceful and entering your expressions. You need space. She's intrusive on your space. You're just so different.
I didn't know that, but that's interesting.
So she's going to be intrusive, in other words.
Oh. All right. I guess that's some questions about my sister Jessie. I assume she's alive. Yeah.
Jessie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get life force energy there.
She's somewhere in Wisconsin. Can you maybe name the town or something?
I see it, but it's hard to name. If I heard the name, I would know it right away because I have some clients from here.
If I go to like the government and I look up her marriage record or whatever, I should be able to maybe get her address or something.
Yeah, it's not a well-known town. Um, it's not like it's not like the capital or anything. It's not a well-known town. It's more one of the more suburbs of a very rural area that's known for a lot of cold and a lot of lakes and a lot of geese and a lot of wildlife. Like nature photographers go there. I can see it really clearly, but I'm not getting the name. I just see it.
Okay. If I was to visit her, what would be a good time?
Summer.
Okay. Is she
She
working?
would be receptive. She would be very receptive to seeing me.
Okay. Is she working out her issues or what's going on?
She doesn't want her family to know about some issues that she has with a partner and an addiction issue that she's been healing from.
Okay. So, like bringing my mom or anything would just be no.
I'd say no. She only feels safe around you. She truly doesn't feel safe around the majority of your family.
Oh, that's news to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But she would welcome you to come. But she needs her space, and you're the only one that she might let in.
Well, I probably will visit her then. I just haven't seen her for years. So.
Jessie's open when she's open and closed when she's closed. There's something at my door. This won't count towards your session. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, hmm, yeah. Let's talk about Jonathan. Jonathan, what happened with him?
Let's point to his head. Something's up. Something's wrong, too. What do you want to know?
Why did he die, I guess?
He keeps pointing to the side of his head. Something with the head. And he said it's a shock. Like I'm feeling like a sense of shock. Like people didn't expect it. It's something with the head. So it is. It's explosive. I don't know why I use the word explosive. It's not good. It doesn't feel good. Ask more.
Well, my mom tells me he knew he was dying, or there was something wrong. I would say baby crying, baby crying. Of course, I was 5 or something, so a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I was just curious.
Yeah, that could have been an aneurysm or something because he keeps pointing and he's going like this. He's showing me a very young version of him, very young. And I keep getting like an explosion in the brain. But this isn't like suicide or anything crazy. This is something with a vessel or a tumor or something in the head. Something's wrong.
Yeah, they call it at the time infant death syndrome. I got the name right.
Yeah, but he's doing like this, and then he points here, and he said something exploded here. And then the way he described it to me was if there's not enough oxygen coming from the heart into the brain, that it could have been that there was a blockage in between with that big vein that travels from the heart to the brain. Because then up here was not oxygenated at all on this side. So that can cause for it.
Yeah. Works for me.
Yeah. That's just sad for your mom, though.
Yeah. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we should do the healing. I mean, it's like I look at the questions and I can't really see anything. You're going to need to try it, I guess.
I'm going to go get my bowl in case I feel led to use it. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. So, what is the most difficult emotion that you've been experiencing lately?
Honestly, I don't usually experience any difficult emotions. There is this emotional field. Oh, okay, maybe I tapped into it once or twice, but it's like it's a very big field that if I point my attention in that direction, it will make me very sad or emotional or crying. And way back, like how to say it, I did a conference in like 2010, and I showed up and I talked to my teacher, and he said something like, "Oh, this is really good. You're holding energy now, you know." And then after he said that, or said something, it was really simple that he said. I sat down on a bench and started crying, and I couldn't stop. I did stop eventually. Classmate came over and just kind of rambled, and eventually I was out of it. But then the next day we had the conference, and I would cry. I was crying to the conference like the whole half day. I got real sick of it, so I ran up to Jim, who was the teacher, and I asked him, give me a tool, tell me something to do so I could stop crying. And he says, you look to the fairy under the chair is his way of saying look into the fourth dimension where everything's working perfectly. And then after I used that tool, I could stop that emotion from overflowing me, that kind of thing.
And do you use that tool now?
Not consciously, not like I have to be there. I mean, I'm probably just there anyway. I guess I don't know, but I would if I felt it coming up at that conference. I would instantly switch the tool and it would work. So
nice. I like that fourth dimensional derealization approach, where you kind of stand outside of yourself so that you don't have to suffer. But you remember what I was saying earlier when I was sensing a component of your higher self that handles your emotional body very, very differently. I felt that what happened was it's very, very interesting. I wish I could remember the article that my business manager posted. So synchronistic, because it just came into my mind and I was talking to him about it today. And it reminded me of you when I read it, because the article was on my Facebook group and it was about a guy who was born on the autistic spectrum, which, as we know, definitions we get along with them. Some people just process their emotions way differently. And this guy was used to operating more in the intellectual and the logical fields of everything. And he can understand energy and he can understand all these things from the logical perspective, but he didn't pull it into the heart center or cry or feel like the rest of us do, like they are more empathically centered. You come in through a specific galactic origin that processes more through the intellect and more through science and medicine, and you can understand that there are concepts from an Arcturian perspective. But your other perspective, which is the emotional one, is not, you're not aligned to that idea, that fractal view yet, is what's going on. And there's like this, it's like you have these two components. One side that really wanted to feel, so you wanted to open it up. And when that teacher worked with you, a switch happened, just akin to and similar to the article that I read, where this guy did some sort of a brain frequency or brainwave frequency experiment. And it was researched by doctors and everything. He wrote a book called Switched On, if you want to do research about him. And what happened was when that switch went on in his brain, then essentially speaking, he began to tap into empathy and his clairsentience in a way that was so different. Like his entire brain felt like it was on fire and his senses just suddenly came on. I feel like for a moment that happened with you. That's interesting to me that you experienced emotions in that way for that time.
I don't know. I just know that energy field is not gone. I can point myself to certain, things, and I can activate it. And sometimes I do that unconsciously or whatever. I'm maybe not paying attention, but I think it can still do it. So
you can still get into the empathy, you mean, or you can still switch it off?
I definitely can still switch it off, but I can get into it, as in just accidentally. I'm just poking, being me, and then I poke into something and I feel it.
That's good.
And my understanding is that it's a big field. It's not something small. I don't know exactly, but I assume that was the emotional thing that had to be clear. That's where my assumption was. So.
I want to know, I don't feel like it's something that has to be cleared. I feel like it's a part of you that wants to be accepted.
Okay.
And switched back on. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. But I don't know if you want that.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah. Not a decision you have to make today, but I'm curious when it was switched on, or when you do switch it on, when's the last time you did that, and what was the trigger?
I can't remember what was the trigger, but I mean, I know I was looking at a movie and it kind of ticked on the other day, but I can't even tell you what the movie was or why it was ticked on exactly, but it was turned on. It's the kind of thing that can be triggered in movies, like the movie AI ticks that on easily.
That's good. Go there. There's a reason why you get triggered by that one.
Yeah, it was a very different movie. It's something that it's all about in the AI movie. It's about the boy being alone, because the story is all about the boy not having parents, not having love or something. There it is.
And that, like him being abandoned like that, caused you to feel bad.
It's about the abandonment thing. Yeah, something. It's just something where he's left alone. And yeah, that's more of it.
Mm-hmm. So go into that. But first, tell your inner child you have permission to feel safe going into that. So then just relive that movie scene. Just go into that area. I'm seeing the scene. He's sitting on the ground or on a log, and there are all sorts of beings around him. Is that the scene? Like these beings, they look like robotic? That's not it?
I don't think so. I see the point where his mother left him.
Okay, let's go into that one then.
She just left him in the woods, if I remember right.
Yeah, I was in the woods.
And he was confused. He was confused. Very confused.
How was he feeling?
He's just confused. I mean, he was just programmed to be loved by his mother, and his mother was done with him or something.
How was it make you feel working with that scene?
He's, yeah, there's another trigger. There's another trigger that's come up once in Steven Spielberg's movie Under the Sun. Empire Under the Sun is maybe the correct name, but that one's come up before where this Japanese guy is about to kill somebody, and this boy is the main character. You know him as Batman, that guy, Christopher Nolan, and he sings a song that they sing through the movie on purpose. And when he sings a song, it stops the Japanese guy from killing someone, and that's the scene. And that one's been triggered before.
Mm-hmm. And how does it make you feel? Is it when the song happens that you go into that?
No, I was at another one of our conferences, and they played a song similar to that, and that just hit me. Anyway, it wasn't even the song, but it just made me think of that scene, and it started looping, and that's what happened at one of our conferences.
So go into that loop and tell me what you're seeing.
I just seen it at the conference.
Okay. And that's when that song triggered you into the loop of emotion during the conference.
It's like the scene looped. The scene looped when I was at the conference.
Mm-hmm. And how were you feeling?
It's just a surge of emotion and or sadness or something. And a long time ago, at that one time, Jim said to me that I didn't have to bring it out in a sad way, which I didn't really understand how he meant to change it. So,
yeah.
But that's the logical side that I remember.
Yeah, but when you were triggered and you heard this song and the scene began to loop, give your inner child permission. And how you do that is you just close your eyes and just say, I invoke the I am in me to give you permission to feel what you're feeling about this. I'm completely here with you right now. And just focus on your breath and go back to that day in the conference as much as you can. Now that you're safe, breathe deeply towards the emotion. Now that it's not going to hurt you, you can sit within it for just a moment safely. Now tell me what you're feeling and seeing.
I'm not really feeling that much. I was just seeing the loop for the conference.
Mm-hmm. And do you remember what you were feeling? Even logically. You said sadness?
Just feeling that overwhelming emotional feeling.
Mm-hmm. Was it coming from this area? Was it in the heart center?
I can't think. I would almost say it might be coming here.
Here?
Yeah.
Down?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess, yeah.
Mm-hmm. There is a chakra system, that many humans don't have activated unless they come into what the doctors call the autistic spectrum. Then they have that automatically activated where they don't have to feel from the heart center. I tried very strongly to loop you into the heart center, You're not uncomfortable with it. You just don't process that way. And that's what your friend was trying to say. So here, all the way when it's coming down here, but it's coming from here and it's coming down like that, that means it's trying to give you permission, but you're not used to it yet. Did it come from here and then kind of stop right here and not go all the way down? Did it just stop?
I really can't tell you. I don't know. I just had, he asked me where it came from. I was guessing it was maybe here.
I think that's your precognition coming in. Because with the way that you process emotions, it comes through precognition first. You understand what I mean? So you're going to get like a knowingness. Cognition is your knowingness. And you have to trust it before it can turn into empathy, into where you can feel, and then unblock your heart center so that you become receptive. So when you think about that level of sadness that you feel when you get these two triggers that we're discussing today, one from the workshop, from the AI movie scene, when you think about that level of sadness, when is the last time in your day-to-day life that you felt that? Do you remember?
The movie is the best I got. I don't just usually happen.
And I don't know that you're going to go into this, and it's fine if you don't, but when is the first time that you can remember ever feeling that emotion?
I think it goes back a long ways. It's not, the AI movie was so bad that I was one of two people that came out of the theater just crying, just could not stop. That kind of.
What emotion did that feel like to you? Did it feel like very deep despair?
It was about love. It was always about love.
Like feeling abandoned by love? Or not ever having it?
I don't know. I think it's about the cutoff. It's about love, and there's cutoff.
Okay.
It's something about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is kind of like an abandonment because you had it and then it's cut off.
Yeah. That was one of the things in the movie.
Yeah. So how does it feel if that's true? If I ask you if that's true, that you can have love and then be perpetually cut off from it, what would that feel like? Why would that be bad?
I don't know if that's bad. It's just a feeling, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it's a feeling that I'm trying to either incorporate or understand or remove. One of those things.
But do you feel that it would feel bad to be abandoned after you've had love?
From the story context, yeah.
Let's look at it from the story context then. Do you think that it was bad that the character in AI had that love? Did he feel bad not, having that love and then being cut off from it? Is that confusion bad?
He spent his whole life, which was just as that robot boy, just trying to get it back again. That's what he wanted. And so they gave it a AI ending where they unfroze him, brought him back so he could have it one more day. Because he didn't care that he could only live one day. They gave him exactly what he wanted.
That feeling is what I'm trying to get you to access. What does that feel like?
I can't really tell you.
Where are you feeling it in your body?
Here, I guess.
Breathe it down. Emotion is breath. When you focus on your breath, you're going to be able to pull it exactly to where you want it to go to unlock it. So what color is that emotion?
I don't know. I think it's blue.
Is it dark?
Maybe it's blue.
Yeah. You don't have to see it. If you just get a hunch of what it is, that's fine too. So I want you to just breathe that in, what you're feeling, let it come down naturally, And I'd like for you to exhale it down around from that area and see if you can pull it closer to your heart center. Pull it down into the heart center and then exhale it in that area. Good, good. You're completely safe. You've got your archangel surround. Good. Release it. Good. Pull it straight down into your heart. You're completely safe to feel differently. It's safe to feel differently. Give your inner child permission to unlock this area. So just say in your mind, if you accept, I invoke the I am in me. I am a sovereign being. Good. That's good. Let everything out that wants to resist the new way that you want to feel. You seem to want love in a different way than most people, and that gets to be acceptable. That gets to be acceptable now. And no one gets to cut that off. Breathe it down into the heart center. Hold it there. Hold it there, right there, right there, right there. You're not used to feeling in this area, but you just did. Do you connect to what you just did there?
Not with the rational mind.
The fractal of you that wants to keep feeling from a chakra that's activated back here in the cerebellum is wanting to connect to the fractal of you that wants to activate from here so that you can receive love, so that you can have relationships. Because the human you wants physical love and affection and a partner and all these things. And in order to do that, you have to feel from here. And this part of you is not used to feeling from here, so you were wanting to pull it down into here. So you were trying to combine those two parts of you, and it felt very different. So you had to release fear. That's why you're doing like this, because you have to release fear in order to do it. And then you can stand outside of yourself just long enough for that not to feel like you're going to get abandoned. So you're trying to release a core belief of abandonment there. So I'd like to ask you if you could feel anything instead of the potentiality of abandonment and being cut off, what would it be?
Peace. Love, joy, the good stuff.
Yeah, that's what you think. That's your story. That was here talking.
Yeah.
That was here.
Yeah, it was.
That's okay. There's nothing bad about that part of you. But if you could have all those things that you just mentioned, how would it feel in here? How would you feel? What's the result?
I know the feelings as far as I know them. That's all I know.
Okay, then how would you know that you would feel?
I don't know.
You don't have a reference point yet. How could you guess that you would feel?
I know what joy and love feel like in peace. I know it all. I do.
Okay, so it would be ease. Would that feel like peace?
It kind of does, yes. Ease. It's kind of like when we walk through the scenes of ease. It's just, it really is like peace. Yeah.
Yeah. What color is it for you?
Maybe a pinkish.
Mm-hmm. That's a love-based color. That's a heart-centered color. That's good. And what does the joy feel like? Is it the same thing?
Joy doesn't really feel like that. No, it's more like a skip in your step. You're just walking around there.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And the joy, what color is that?
You could say like a blue, pinkish.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe like purple or violet, one of those pinkish, but not pink.
Yeah. Okay. Purple, violet.
Rose pink or some color like that.
Oh, like mauve. Yeah, I know what you mean. So can you breathe from this area in, and then when you exhale, let's focus on those colors, both of them, either one at a time, or you can blend them together. That's completely up to what you think you would like to do. You can breathe them in individually or one behind the other. You can swirl them together.
So
when you
don't
just breathe it in.
You don't mean the seventh chakra. You mean the chakra that's in the head. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and yours is right below the cerebellum. It's really, really different than most people don't have that activated. That's Arcturian in nature. That's an 11th dimensional facet of you. Were you aware of that?
We do so much in our class, I can't tell you if that's class related or something I had natural. I don't know.
Yeah. It's not an implant. It's not a download. It's not a chakra that was added. You were born with it, and it's been activated fully. But if it's activated from the moment of birth in a human incarnation, there's no need to have any other component that you actually feel in your heart center, because this facet is a knowingness that comes from source. That's a preconscious state that is truth. That's source center. That's all that is. That's isness. But what you're wanting, the peace and the joy that comes from love, from the heart center, is a receptivity. That's the divine feminine. That's what you want. Because you want to attract a partner, and then you want to feel love and give love and do those giving, taking things, right?
I have no idea. Yeah, it's kind of like you're asking me about an experience I haven't had. It's like, how would you know if you like snow unless you tasted it or whatever, you know? So
Do you think you would like it?
probably.
Does it make sense that you would want to manifest that?
Sure, why not? Everybody goes to a music park and rides every ride once, right? You know, at least once. How would you know?
Yeah.
If you did do it once.
So if you want that, then you accept that you want it. You give your inner child permission from that area. And you start there. You breathe it in. You breathe in that color that you want, which is the pink and the mauve that represents the peace and the joy. And you breathe that in. And we're going to visualize it coming down and around and into the heart center. That seems to be the way that you're wanting it to flow. To open that up. So if you had that ease and that joy, and you felt it, if you had it, and you breathe it in from that area around your head and into the heart center. Allow yourself to experience what that would feel like for a moment, even in a concept form. Maybe you would visualize and get the download that your guides are trying to give you, that you're with someone and you're doing something enjoyable. You're watching a movie, or you're teaching her something interesting, or you're learning something interesting from her, having a loving conversation, walking outside, hand in hand. Can you get a vision of what that might look like?
I mean, I can see those things. I don't know that I resonate or feel them.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to see those things? Do you want to resonate?
I honestly don't know, I guess.
There's no wrong answer in this work. If you don't know, that's okay too.
Yeah, I would say I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't have a reference point for what love may feel like, it's okay to visualize it as something that you could have, you know, that you could have if you wanted. Just a vision or a thought, even if it's a brief glimpse of what your life might be like.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't exactly see and feel that I can see, but yeah, there, you know, there was something about the scientific process, because to do it right, um, you delay. You delay on purpose. The feelings, or uh, yeah. In truth, I often experience emotions looking back. I can feel that in the analysis. You look back, and then I can feel it sometimes. Like a delay, a purposely built delay to run the scientific process. Yeah, and I think I was trying to get rid of that delay, I guess, or eventually that's what maybe we're going to change.
That's what you're trying to do. Can you give your inner child permission to do that?
And give the instructions, yeah.
Then you would just say in your mind, I invoke the I am in me to give you permission to process your feelings differently.
Real time. Real
Hmm?
time. Real time.
Yeah. I invoke the I am in me to give you permission to process emotions in real time.
It's like, just feel weird to me, or either hot or cold or something.
Mm-hmm. It's a very different experience. You're transmuting something that you're not used to right now. And I'm just holding the space to allow you to feel safe for that. Which is really weird for you, I know. But you did a lot of really good work in that. And you went right into it very quickly, even without knowing what you were doing. Allowing yourself to feel and process in this way is going to be a little weird. Me putting it mildly. Because to do that and to stand in a clarity without any fear is going to be really different too. Because you're very protected. There are a lot of beings around you. So there's nothing bad that's going to happen out of it. And you did open up your heart very much today. So that's good. But now you have to learn how to feel differently without having to stand outside of it anymore, without having to look backwards at it. That you can accept it in the moment and feel it in the moment, and that that's okay, that that's different. And then what's going to happen is you're going to feel yourself really emotionally connecting to people, and you're not going to know how to make sense of that. But as long as you don't turn it into fear, then it's still very, very good for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really, really different. You're fascinating. Every time I work with you, I learn something really, really different about how to work with people who don't process from the heart center. So you're actually teaching me.
I'm not surprised.
You just find a nice way to say that I'm dumb, but I love you. I'm definitely not brilliant. I operate from my heart center, not my head. But you taught me something here about the value of that particular Arcturian reference point and that particular Arcturian chakra.
Okay.
So thank you. That was awesome.
No problem.
You should go through these exercises. I recorded it for you. So take it and go through it again and again and again. And what it's going to do, until the next time I see you, if you should choose to return, you can practice that and give yourself a point of reference for something you haven't done before. Until you feel really good and comfortable with processing from the heart.
I'm most likely probably checking with my teachers before I do that.
Okay. Okay.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Like check and balance on me.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. It's all up to you. It was nice to work with you today.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just feeling weird, but that's fine.
You're going to feel weird for a while. Take it easy. And practice it. And if you want to check in with your teachers about opening from the heart center and how that worked and how your aura chakra system looks now, feel free. Do what you need to do. And let me know how you're doing and how you're progressing.
Okay.
All right. Namaste.
See you later. Well, Forgot about this.